This thing that I have found is what I would call my gracious space. Hi folks, Jack Carlisle here with Gracious Spaces, and man, my guest is coming in hot this morning.
Yes, she is, literally.
I can tell you that. Folks, get down paper, pen, take notes on your phone, do whatever you have this, because this guest today has some amazing thoughts, values, all of the above that you're going to want to take note of. Welcome, Lisa Bailey, this morning.
Thank you. It's quite an honor.
Well, it's my pleasure. And so let's kind of get started by what do you do every day? Your first thing in the day.
As soon as I wake up in the morning, this has been about going on 4 years where I like to wake up and be aware of my mind, what's in my brain, because your mind is always going no matter
racing,
so
right?
I want to rise above it and just kind of analyze it and see what's going on in there and how can I fill up my cup and start being in alignment with all that is of the highest good.
Yeah.
And I want to, lean into that because your thoughts create your reality.
Yeah.
And so I want to be a conscious creator of what I want to see in the future. And so being present is the only way to be.
Yeah.
You're not your past, you're not your future, but if you could stay right here in this gratitude of your present breath, I feel like that's where the magic starts to unfold. Just being present.
Yeah.
And then you find gratitude in, I have a roof over my head, or I have a warm bed. I get to hug my husband and, I get to walk my dog, but it starts with me filling up my cup first. Yeah. And that's something I learned that, as the older I got, being a giver and being a people pleaser, I had to back up and, find balance with that and be like, I need to fill up my cup first and see what serves me. And then I can give you all that I got. You know what I mean?
Well, then the people pleasing comes easy because you can zero in on what they need as well.
Yes.
And you're not just doing it as this thing that you feel a need to. So you do that by running. Is that correct?
I do that, but I start with my meditation, even if it's 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
With just some, mantras or kriyas or just even being thoughtless,
Do you feel like that? Because in my head or I hear social media and all these friends that do this, 15 minutes is kind of what they want to do and what they need.
Yeah.
But 3 to 5, even squeeze that in.
Squeeze that in, get the momentum going. And for me, because being such a fireball and I love to work out and give it all I got, I have to find the balance of like couple deep breaths, inhaling, holding it for 3, exhaling it for 3, really moving with that rhythm of ease and grace.
That mind body neuromuscular connection.
Yes.
The whole deal.
You start to listen to your body, what it needs. Maybe some of this, maybe some of that. You know what I mean? And obviously nature has become a part of my big healing process. Just walk and ground my feet on the earth. Yeah. Imagine, these like roots growing out of my sole of my feet.
That you describe it as roots.
Oh, yeah. And the more you visualize it, then I can actually hear it literally combusting into the earth. So the more grounded you are, the more you can fly.
I tell people all the time in the plant world, what's significant below ground is so imperative. You've got to make that happy as well. If the roots are fed, they grow and they finger themselves out and they expand. And that's just like us. We got to ground ourselves.
Yeah. And then when the storms come, you're not faced by it.
You're kind of prepared.
You kind of flow with it. You're like, all right, I got this.
Well, and because those storms are either on the way to your house, they're there at your house, or they're leaving. So, you welcome them. Treat them well while they're there, and then say bye-bye.
Yeah.
The best you can.
That's actually a really good way to put it is, when nobody wants to experience uncomfortableness, but I've learned through yoga is be comfortable in the uncomfortable and get weird with it because you're going to dance through the storm no matter what.
I love
you
that.
get to choose how you want to show up.
So I'm hearing from you that you're so grounded. I know we all have more growth to go through and experience, But what part of your life did you realize you needed this other, you're craving this other thing in your mind and your soul?
Which part? Because there's so many.
Oh, okay.
There's so many. And the more I learn, the more, really it's dancing with the rhythm of your essence. And then you get to share and mirror that with others that see your evolution.
Yeah.
And that's where, we see each other and we like to create this magic to help others with it, however it serves humanity.
Yeah, just to move forward with that.
Yeah.
So, but was there a point though in your life that kind of taught you or led you down this path? Has it always been within you throughout your teen years? What made you grow? And
I feel, at having, a troubled childhood, knowing that I know there's something better on the other side. I think I've always had that deep connection with myself. I just didn't understand how to, I guess I made myself small, or I felt weird that I couldn't share this gift that I have. And now I get excited because I do get to share this gift with, with Reiki or yoga or, even just showing up for a friend and just, having a cup of coffee with them, whatever it is.
Were you hesitant because maybe you thought people, oh, this is kind of weird, or you just didn't know how to define it?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at my hair. It's like, nobody really had hair like me. It's like, I just thought, I always felt awkward. And I just, when I was about 6 years old in kindergarten, and I discovered how to skip.
Oh.
And it started like, wow, I'm flying, and I was like, wait, this is kind of cool. And that's when I started learning to love running and staying after class and staying doing the extra work that I wanted to do with my teacher. I now that I look back, I think about it, there was always someone there that helped me to believe in myself until I didn't know that I can believe in myself. There was always someone there to help me through that.
I wonder if we all have that around us, but it's up to us to recognize that.
Yes.
Well, I want to say when you just said you remember how you learned how to skip.
Yes.
I put a huge smile on my face. If we all maybe can take the time to just close our eyes and just remember that moment. That was a pretty cool moment, skipping,
really
right?
Was. It really, really was. And I like to tap into that little girl because maybe others weren't able to show up for her the way she needed it.
Yeah.
And I learned now that I can go back there at any time. She's there with me and I'm showing up for her. I can hear her. I know what she needs. And that's the path that where I'm on right now. I get to help others to remember through meditation, breath work, to go back to that inner child and say, I got you. Let's do this. There's nothing to be afraid of if I got you.
Yeah.
So
you took what you knew was in your heart and turned it into a profession.
Yeah.
When did that occur in your life?
I think when I started about truly doing the healing work, I think I was about 25 when I started going to massage school. And that was the beginning of trusting someone to massage my body without being afraid. It was like, I don't know, can I trust this? And realizing, oh, it's okay. Not everybody's out to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's when something clicked within me because I have nothing but unconditional love to give back. So I wanted to dial into that more. And I mean, I love to say I'm a student of life because I'm always learning something new.
Yeah.
And I grow with that. So
I'm thinking about myself and someone the whole massage process and what an amazing release that is. But I tense up.
Yeah.
I just have so much. I don't know if it's breath work, right?
Yes.
And just kind of let it go and trust people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And really what it is, it's about trusting yourself because the mirror comes back within you. You shine that light within yourself. And it's about, I I trust myself.
Yeah.
I got this. And when you start walking into that, you lean into that. You empower yourself with your actions, your thoughts, your everything. And then everything starts to mirror you.
Sort of alignment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if I may, and it's okay if you don't want to, but you shared a story with me about just the experience with one person has got to be so gratifying and rewarding. But if you have an opportunity where there's a whole family you can impact, that's got to be within you. You've got to be feeling this. Just I don't even know how you would describe that.
I know it's hard to describe.
Hard to describe, huh?
You know. To know, I guess me going what I went through as a young child, through the dark times and not being seen, heard, or validated or loved the way I needed to as a child, gifted me to show up for those little kids. I see you, I feel you. It made me, more, an empath. To I say it's a blessing and a curse because you can really feel so much that it could take you down if you're not grounded or have the tools to, you got to let that go. It's not yours. But yet when I'm in that present moment with that baby or my mother-in-law that's going through a lot too, I could be there for her, so present and not judge her illness, but love her pure soul. I mean, she's a child of God and I see her soul without judgment. Yeah. And not only is she gifting me, but I'm being able to be there for her with unconditional love, or for that 12-year-old, that is going through whatever he's going through. And if I could just be a vessel, that pure love of energy can amplify his peace and balance. And I feel a little better right now. I got this, It's that building that confidence, and I love that.
Do you prepare for those meetings or clients?
I prepare with just quieting my mind and aligning myself to, to the divine source. And I know that God's going to work through me to help others. Yeah. And so I truly can feel that in my heart. Yes, I went to school for this stuff, but there's more. I always say get out of your mind and go into your heart because everything is in your heart. Yes. That's where you have your true meeting with your soul, your universe, your God, whatever you want to call it. But that's truth. Yeah. That's real. Yeah. And if you can move from there, I think that's all you need, Everything else is sprinkles on top of your cake,
Right. Well, you work with a lot of youth.
Yes.
And is that a chosen thing, or does that naturally, organically kind of came into your life?
I think it's naturally organic. I think it started one summer. My coach, Lewis, he invited me to come do kids yoga. And I was like, kids yoga? I don't do kids yoga, but I'll try it out. And, and so I tried it out because I usually work with, our age people. And so working with young boys, I think it was a little bit challenging because some of them were like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And that was challenging for me. Like, how do I... But it made me tap into the my bag of tricks and just break them out. I brought crystals, or I had incense, or it was the word that I said, or if I did an inversion upside down, they're like, oh my God, what is she doing? So it actually taught me that I could be universal. Don't put myself in a box. Yeah. Yeah.
I tend to think you're one who's going to take on challenges.
Yeah.
No matter
what the challenge is, right?
Yeah. Has there been a challenge that had been particularly challenging to you that you were just like, I want to just give up?
It started with yoga. I love yoga so much that I love how I would feel in my body, the meditation, the calmness I would feel. Yeah. So then I thought, I'm going to, I wanted another child because I have two. And everybody's like, no, you're done. And I was like, well, no, I have more to give. Yeah. And so I went to massage school, and that was really challenging because, the yoga philosophy was foreign to me, and the Sanskrits, and it just seemed like a whole nother language I didn't understand. It was, and at the time, my brother-in-law was in the hospital, kind of fighting for his life. And so it seemed a lot to try to navigate through that, me showing up to be there, my family, school. It was really hard. And I know then now that through those challenges, it made me stronger.
Yeah.
And so now I know when a challenge does show up, and if it does scare me, to just walk through it, lean into it, because on the other side is going to be my strength, freedom, wisdom, and who knows what else comes along with it.
And there is another side.
And there is another side, and you will get through it.
I wonder if those simultaneously, what you just told me, happen for a reason.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yes.
To kind of guide you both.
Yeah.
Through that.
I think I was about, at a very young age, I didn't trust my environment, my surroundings, being and going through a lot as a child. So I would go hide in a place where I felt comfortable, and it was probably a cupboard where there was blankets. Yeah. It's where I felt safe.
Little cave.
But I would sit there and I would just say, well, I talk to God. If you exist, you're going to get me out of this. Because I'm just a little kid. How do I get through here? So I think that was the beginning of my journey of me quieting myself and leaning into that higher power. And to trust, okay, I'm going to trust you. Even though I can't see you, there's something I got to believe in and trust, because this outside of me it's not looking good. Kind of a mess. It's not looking good. It doesn't feel safe.
And were you raised in a particularly religious family?
Yes, I was raised in a Catholic family. Okay. So, doing the whole, spending my Saturdays in it was terrible. So me being a young mom, I was not going to put my kids to do that. I wanted them to be, be themselves and not try to be controlled by my fear and think that they should do what I think they should do. So, and I learn now through the age that I'm at is my parents did the best they could with the tools that they had. So we give each other grace. Yeah. There's the forgiveness. And really the forgiveness comes when you start doing the shadow work. Yeah. It's you against you. Now you look in the mirror.
Tell us a little bit about shadow work for those who may not understand what that means.
Shadow work. So it's easy to, let's go back when I was probably in high school. I was the victim, the abused kid or whatever the label was. And I could just blame everybody else. But when you hold yourself accountable, then you start looking in the mirror and really doing the shadow work, because you're with yourself all day, right? It's like, how are you talking to yourself? It's really now, wait, I've been doing this to me. Yeah. It's me. And if you don't like the way you're eating or how you're talking to yourself, you have the power to change that. Yeah. Yeah.
So in not letting people influence the way you thought about yourself.
Right. Yeah. Right.
By taking a look at yourself, literally.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. And really what it is you want to fit in, you want to be loved, you want to be seen, you want to be heard. Yeah. And in the long run, you realize that it's you that's been looking for you this whole time. Yeah. And when you pick her up, you realize you got everything. Your cup is full.
So in your professional life, tell us the wide ranges of services that you offer.
Ooh, okay. Well, besides, I love massage therapy because it's a tool to not only make the body feel good, but you're able to stretch out that body, get it going, for your next workout or get you ready for work. Been doing that 25 years. From lymphatic drainage to craniosacral therapy, deep tissue, pregnant massage, lomi. I love it all. Yeah. So then, now leaning into yoga, that's become quite a powerful tool, not only to help others to remember to breathe, if you're not feeling so good, it's okay. We can just do restorative yoga. Maybe your body needs to recover from whatever it's gone through. Yeah. And then if you need to wake up the body, then we could do yoga with weights. After this, I'm going to go do a personal client. We're going to head out in the mountain. We're going to take weights and we're going to do yoga. We're going to breathe and we're going to run those hills.
what a beautiful day to
What
do
a beautiful
that
day, right?
Yeah.
So there's the yoga, being a Reiki master, obviously. That's brought, that's been a powerful tool as well to help others with, depression, anxiety, grief, you name it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you've taken all of these things and you're like, what's next in my life?
Yeah.
And so you took your fitness into
a whole nother level.
A whole nother level.
Literally.
Literally. And that level is incredible. I admire you so much for everything you do.
Thank you.
Knowing how hard it is.
I'm in awe too. Trust me. I'm like, wow, you could do that?
What about your husband and your kids? Do they think you're crazy?
They think I'm crazy, but it's like, it's good crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think, when you think I've reached a level, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I see a 72-year-old competing at the Arnold, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess it just never ends.
Yes.
Or as you just keep growing, you just keep growing, and that's beautiful.
And so that next level we're talking about, folks, is on a competition level.
Oh, yeah.
And so you set out, and the remind me, it's the
HWD.
HWD.
Fitness in Orange.
Yes.
So I started doing a boot camp there, and I wanted to lean into nutrition because I just was like, I want to learn more about eating
so much
healthier.
A part of the journey
Not
of fitness.
knowing that, I was eating really good, I thought.
Yeah.
And not realizing every choice that you make, that you put in your mouth, it does affect your body.
Absolutely.
So I became a conscious eater, but at the same time to love myself through it.
Yeah.
Because when I started meal prepping with Coach Lewis, who is an amazing coach, I've grown a lot through him and his wife, Bernadette, as well. Okay. They also have a beautiful story, but just seeing their work ethic and how he shows up for us athletes is pretty amazing. It taught me, I've learned so much from him. Mm-hmm. And I'm realizing, wait, I could be a coach too. This is awesome. This is cool. I want to motivate, inspire others. And obviously I'm doing that now.
I love you right now so much. That's so awesome.
But,
you're like,
right?
Hey.
Yeah, I can do this too. Let's go. We can amplify it with some life coaching, throw a little Reiki on top of that.
The full package.
Yeah. So, obviously, I started kickboxing when 20 years ago. Because I did it out of anger. I was angry and I wanted to hurt somebody. And then when I worked on that anger, and it's like, wait, this is like a dance. I love this. This is awesome. But the meal prepping, let's go back to that. It was really rough to eat during that week and then get on that scale weekly. Yeah. And then take a picture of yourself in a bikini. And that was brutal. Not going to lie. I didn't like it. Yeah. But I was like, okay, this is for a purpose. And I think I started my period and I was like, wait a minute. I gained 4 pounds. What's going on here? And I just remember Bernadette. She just said, you know what? You gain water. And then for 30 minutes, I realized I was beating myself up. Yeah. And I learned the biggest lesson there, that I would never do that to myself again. Because I get to do this. I don't have to do it.
Right.
I get to do it. Yeah. So you better enjoy it and love it. And so I did. I backed off and I said, a pound here, a pound there. So what? You're doing it.
Yes.
You're doing it. And so when I changed that in my mind, then it started it's creating this momentum of like, it's not even about winning. It was about like improving. Yeah. And loving the journey. And that's why, I'm 4 years going into this. I don't know how many competitions I've done. I can't even tell you how many I've done because I don't remember. And having stage fright and going up there and checking out. but I did it because I knew it scared. It was scary.
Vulnerable. Extremely
you're
vulnerable.
You're in a bikini.
Yeah.
You're supposed to remember how to pose. Like, what is that?
Am I doing it correctly? These people are watching
They're
me.
watching me. They're judging me. I mean, it was kind of a mind trip. Let's be honest.
No doubt.
So.
But you did what was necessary, and you got rid of that little nugget of negativity.
Yes.
And talking yourself out of it. And we moved it and just flourished from
now
there.
Now I feel like this, like I have awakened this fire within me that has only become I don't even know how to put it in words. a momentum of unconditional love and light to show up for purpose, share your magic with the others, because I've realized that I am inspiring others by my intention. Yeah. So I truly believe in my heart. Yeah. I do everything with intention.
Well, and so the competitions is what we're talking about that you began in your life, 4 years ago competing?
Yes.
You advanced. And then so one of your latest was about a year ago.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, Jack, I don't know if I'm going to compete again. But you kept living the life.
The lifestyle. It's become a lifestyle.
And you didn't stop. Yeah. You didn't run out and eat pizza every week or whatever. No. You continued the path.
And if I did eat a slice, it was like I enjoyed it. But I know not to overdo it, because it only hurts me. Yes. Doesn't feel well in my belly, you know?
Yes, I'm not telling people not to eat pizza.
Right.
But in moderation.
Yes.
Everything.
Moderation, yes.
But you kept the straight and narrow. And 2 weeks ago, someone comes to you.
So my coach, Bernadette, said, hey, you want to do this competition? 3 weeks before. And I said, well, I don't know. Let me go look at myself. I haven't seen myself in a bikini in about a year. Yeah. So I put it on and I said, oh, I got this. I could do it. My mind's been, focused on my business and life and just trying to navigate through that. Not even dialed in, thinking that, me competing is almost like me being selfish because I'm doing this. But I also realized and learned that when I do lean into that, it propels something for the future. Yeah. Gets you ready for that next thing.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I love it. As scary and crazy as it is and it sounds.
Well, and you walked away with first place.
And I won.
And you won.
Yeah.
But that just shows you the drive and determination. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. And I do. And it's, even though I've competed so many times, I show up with so much. I get to do this. What an honor. And I'm truly humbled by the sport, all the athletes. It takes so much dedication to get there and to connect with all these athletes. It's pretty incredible. You make friends. They're your family. You create journeys with them. So I love it. I love the journey. So I'm excited.
What do you see yourself doing next? What do I
see myself doing next? Honestly, I love this healing path that I'm on, and I want to create more with that because I see that people are thirsty for it and are seeking it. So if that's, doing, whatever it is, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's going to, Sedona and bringing my family. We do sound bowls and I can infuse it with Reiki, life coaching, meditation, breath work. Breath work is everything. Yeah. I mean, if you're not breathing, you're cutting your life short.
I need to talk to you a little bit about that. I'm pretty bad about my breathing in so many ways, but it could add just huge amount of quality to my life.
It's just like planting that seed. You know this. Yeah. It starts very small. Yeah. And how you water it every day. Yeah. Then it creates that bigger. Yeah.
So you have 2 kids.
I do.
And their ages of?
My son just turned 29. Yeah. He just had his birthday. And my daughter is 21. Yeah. Yes.
So without me doing a lot of math, that leaves you to be?
I'm 50 years old. Yeah.
Proudly 50 years old.
Proudly 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have so much more to go in your life.
I really do. I feel like I have maybe 50 more.
I without a doubt, without a doubt. I tend to think that my 50s are some of the best I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
We've grown, we've kind of evolved as who we are as people, and
well, you don't sweat the small stuff, right? I
try not
feel
to.
like you focus on the things that matter. You know.
There are days.
Yes. Well, you're human. We're human.
Human, right?
You know.
So for someone who would seek this path and find this very interesting, and gosh, I want what she has. How do I get what she has? What's your advice, your guidance in that individual's question?
I would say, give yourself grace because you are human. You're in this body for a little bit. So if you can realize that you're not your body, you're not your mind, that you're something more divine, you'll lean into that divine intelligence that will align you with your true purpose. And I feel like everything will fall into place as it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to be present with it.
You got to be present.
Own it.
You got to own it.
Yeah.
Even if it's scary, walk into it.
Own it.
I was nervous to come and do this. This is new for me.
No, really?
Yes, I was because we're just showing up.
Yes.
We didn't write a script. We're not. Here we are.
Yeah. Well, would it be fair to say that living that life and that path is your gracious space?
I would say it's getting, even though it's uncomfortable, it's getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I realize you're a fire to be reckoned with when you lean into your soul purpose. Yeah. It just becomes a dance.
Yeah.
And you witness it through the highs and the lows, the darkness and the light, through the imperfect, you're perfect.
Yeah. I would say that I love that you talk about leaning into it, because if we were to get up every day, meditate for a little bit, start off with 5 minutes, then kind of graduate into longer and longer, or find something like you do with running. That's your zone right there.
That's my zen.
Yeah, your zen.
It really is.
I like that. Not your zone, your zen.
It's my zen. It's become my zen dance.
Yeah. Yeah. So if people want to learn more about you and what you do, you want to share some of your social media outlets?
Well, I'm on, I have my family, friends, Lisa Bailey at 715. Or I started Sacred Heart Vibes. Which I love because that literally represents you leaning into what's sacred in your heart. And I just show up and assist you through that flow of who you are.
Yeah.
Not who I'm saying you need to be.
Yes.
It's just remembering who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because only you can be you.
Well, times we need people to remind us of that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I believe in that.
Okay.
And, I want to say something about my friend Christine that I used to share space with here at Freedom Wellness.
Okay.
She became a very big beacon of light for me when I lost 4 people within I think it was about a year. Everyone just passed, and I was very grief stricken, and I was guided to reach out to her, not knowing who she was. And she picked up the phone, and as soon as I heard her voice, I knew I was going to be okay.
Wow.
And I went and had my first Reiki session with her, and we did a lot of healing together, and I did my Reiki master with her.
Wow.
And now she is she's my soul sister, she's a big part of my life. And, we cry, we laugh, we dance, we do yoga.
Yes.
We were just at the Self-Realization Temple for our graduation there, and it was very beautiful and empowering.
Now, is that the one there's a San Diego and a LA?
By Pacific Palisades,
the LA location.
Beautiful place there. Yeah. And there's always a message when you're open. And one of the messages that I got there was, you have 2 choices. You can lean into your God-loving purpose, or you can choose to be in misery. It's up to you. And I said,
That's kind of a no-brainer.
but it's really, that's like God gives you you have that freedom to choose.
Yes.
So you are responsible for how you want to show up for yourself.
Yeah.
right?
And never know what life's gonna throw your way. We talked about that a little earlier before we started. It's coincidences and just life happenstance.
Yeah. Well, just meeting you at the, for the first time, I feel like we had a connection spark really quick. And I think what connected us was not only the plants, but a heart connection,
Oh, you lit up the room. Well, I was like, I got to know more about this lady. I want what she has, So, well, you're a busy lady, and I really, really appreciate your time with us today.
Thank you. Well, I'm excited for the future.
Yeah.
But let's stay here right now and enjoy this present moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel like there's way more to come.
Absolutely.
Way more to come.
I believe it too.
Well, we appreciate you, Lisa, so much.
Thank you.
You have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too as well. Thank you so much.